put the body in the back of his, or the person in the back of his pickup truck and drove here.
A Fort Myers attorney with a shocking tale, saying his client, John Marshall, seen here in a previous mugshot, showed up at his law office with a dead body in the back of his pickup truck. He reportedly said he killed the man, and that's not all. What's even more intriguing is how far he drove with the body in the back of his pickup truck.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what route he took, but we did some checking and figured out the shortest route from where the killing happened in Bokeelia on Pine Island to the law office in downtown Fort Myers is 25 miles, about a 45-minute drive minimum. 4 in your corners, Katie Jones at the law office where this lawyer, Robert Harris, certainly has his hands full tonight. She's got the latest for us, Katie.
Well, guys, we literally just seconds ago got word from John Marshall's attorney that he will not be arrested for this incident. The attorney, Robert Harris, tells us just a few seconds ago that Lee County Sheriff's deputy said he will not be arrested. You can see there still is a very active crime scene here on Virginia Avenue. Detectives are starting to take down the crime tape, but much of the street is still blocked off. But the attorney, Robert Harris, says this is definitely one of the most bizarre things he has ever seen. His client showing up at his office this afternoon with a body in the back of a pickup truck. He's no stranger to a crime scene, but defense attorney Robert Harris never thought his office would become one.
They don't teach you about this in law school, that's for sure. I believe we've handled ourselves correctly, but I'm a little in shock myself.
His law firm covered in crime tape, surrounded by detectives, after Harris says his client, John Marshall, showed up with a body in the back of this pickup truck.
He's in complete shock, probably right now still. He's still breathing heavy. He's looking like a man who's lost the world.
Harris says Marshall had just purchased property on Bokeelia and was doing some renovations that didn't sit well with one neighbor.
This person had not wanted him to build in that area. I guess that's what he was angry about, but there were some consistent threats.
And he says those threats turned physical.
Had came at him with a gun, pistol whipped him in the face, knocking out a tooth or two. He's got scratches and bruises. He's got, his clothes were filthy and dirty. He looks like a man who'd been in a fight for his life.
After a scuffle between the neighbor and his client, Harris says the gun went off, killing the neighbor.
He put the body in the back of his, or the person in the back of his pickup truck and drove here. He says he doesn't remember anything about the drive here.
Harris says his client had contacted him just a few days ago about this neighbor, and attorneys recommended he get a restraining order. He says Marshall acted in self-defense and did what he had to do to save his own life.
And I think that can be shown consistently through the threats, through the advice we gave him, through the injuries, to the fact that the gun that was used was from the person who attacked Mr. Marshall.
Now we went to that Bokeelia neighborhood where the shooting happened this afternoon. Crime scene tape closing off Hodges Drive for about a half a mile. We saw deputies searching in the grass on both sides of the road. Neighbors tell us the two have fought recently over gopher tortoise nests. They say the victim tried to uncover nests that Marshall had covered while clearing land. Neighbors call the victim a sweet guy who isn't known to be physically violent.
One of the nicest, most upstanding people I've ever known, and the integrity and the love this man shows to all his neighbors and his family, that he's gone. He would never have started a confrontation. He would have turned and walked away.
Now, John Marshall does have a violent history in Lee County. This is his mugshot from a September arrest in which he was charged with a felony for aggravated battery. Marshall was inside the Robert Harris law firm for several hours this afternoon being questioned by detectives. But again, we did hear just moments ago from his attorney that he does not believe he will be arrested. For now, he will be taken to the hospital to be checked out. For now, we are live in Fort Myers. Katie Jones, Fox 4 in your corner.